Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Trinity Udwak, and for those of you that are just joining us, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching this video. Today's video we'll be talking about the reality of being sick. We all know that the society is just there accepting the all positivity, all body type kind of positivity. It's your body, you can do whatever you want to do with it. It's your body, I should be allowed to express myself, and all that trend. We all know that it's just it's just in the recent century or in the recent half of the century that this trend started getting acceptable. But before then, we all knew that being sick was almost like the ghetto. It was the ghetto. It wasn't just almost like the ghetto, it was the ghetto. So this video I'm just going to be ranting, or I'm just going to be talking about the reality, in essence, the drama, the misconception, the denial, the behind the scenes of being a thick person in today's world. The scenario: imagine that you're attending a gala, or you're attending a dinner, a private dinner, or a lunch of something, and you're all in your evening dress and your fly hair and your fly outfit, sipping your glass of wine, and then someone happens to come in late. All eyes are on the person, right? And then now imagine if the person was a thick person or on the bigger side of life. Now that's double concentration, right? You get the drama, you get the scenario that I'm trying to portray to you. Or fine, let me use another scenario. Imagine that as a slim person, you're in a public transport. In Nigeria, it's usually two in front, four at the back in a cab, depending on how small or how big the cab is, or sometimes it can be three at the back. But for where I am, it's usually four at the back. Then as a slim person, you're in the taxi, you're going, and then the taxi guy or the cab guy or the cab lady has to stop to pick up someone. Now picking up the person, now you realize the person is twice your size or sometimes 3 times your size. Now you begin to grumble, right? And then maybe the person is on a budget, and the person can be like, okay fine, I'm going to like pay for a drop, or I'm going to pay for 2 spaces, or I'm going to pay for 2 seats. Now the thick person comes in, and maybe you were just 3, and then another person has to come in. Now you get the drama. There's always drama, there's always inconvenience that comes with being thick. So that's it. Being thick is not it's not a bed of roses. It's not all about the curves, all about the cleavage and all that. Being thick has its own downtime drama. It has its own negativity, and that's what this video is about. We need to understand, first of all, that there are a lot of factors that contribute to people's body size, especially if they are on the big side of life. I'm going to mention a couple of factors, and they go as follows. You have food and activities. If someone is taking a particular kind of food, especially junks, or especially a lot of carbohydrates and all that, and all those kind of food, and then now for someone who eats that much, your activity is almost at a 0 level. You're in the elevator and you're out, you're in your car and you're out. You may not be able to take up to 50 steps a day. Now your body begins to, okay, your metabolism rate begins to drop, and then you begin to add weight, and then all that stuff. Another contributing factor to your body size could be your environment. Now take for instance, you live in an environment where there's no access to fresh food, or there's no access to proteins. What you have are just carbs, you have sodas, you have alcohol, you have those are the kind of things that are found in your environment. Now if you are the busy kind of person, you will not have time to go to another environment to source for healthy food. You're going to always make do with what you see, and then making do with what you see, your body begins to, okay, this is what I'm saying, but I cannot break it down rapidly like I used to, so I'm going to keep storing them as fat for you. But that's what your body does. Yeah. Now we have health, or we not let me leave the health. Let me talk about your genetics. Your genetics code, your genetic arrangements can also play a key and major factor in your body size. For example, if you're suffering from the let's say the Prader-Willi syndrome, we all know that there's always a let's say a 10 in 20 or a 15 in 20 chances that you're definitely going to be on the thick side. Sometimes you might go as far as being overweight or being obese. Yeah. Now, health conditions and medication. If you have underlying thyroid, there's always a chance that you will be on the big side of life. And then if you're taking seizure medications, or you're taking antidepressant medications, you know that these medications, the side effect, I think sometimes they are written there, or sometimes the medical practitioner recommending those drugs to you will tell you that these drugs have side effects. And I feel like sometimes they slow down your metabolism, or I don't just get the chemistry and biology behind those drugs, but they are a serious medical contributor to your weight. Yeah. Now another thing is, it could be your personal choice that you want to add weight. You can just decide that I want to be thick, I'm tired of being slim, I like being thick, I like looking at thick people, so yeah, I want to be thick. Then you start taking conscious steps to eating. Sometimes most of the time people don't even go about it the right way, and then before you know, we have another thick member in the club. Did I forget to mention stress and sleeping disorder? My bad. Stress and sleeping disorder contributes a lot to your weight gain. If you are not eating well, or if you're not sleeping well, I talked about food, if you're not sleeping well and you're stressed, you're having this job that stresses you out, or there's this activity that stresses you out that you keep doing, and you're not sleeping well, you're going to add weight. You're going to be thick, honey. You're going to be thick. Yeah, that's what I said. Another thing with being thick is that everybody suddenly has an advice to give you. Everybody suddenly knows a product that you can use to lose weight. Everybody suddenly just feels like you're not doing enough with your life because you're thick. Everybody has a 2 cent advice to give you for anywhere that you go. Ma'am, are you eating well? Do you want to die young? Do you want to die fat? Why aren't you exercising? Why is your calorie intake more than your calorie outtake? Yeah, and all that stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Understand? Well, some of these people don't even understand that for your case, it might not really be food. It might be that you're stressed at your new job, or it might be that you're suffering from insomnia, or it might be that there's this health condition that you just recently discovered that is messing with your body system, or you're depressed and you're trying to take antidepressant drugs, and these antidepressant drugs are actually making you fat or making you thick. You get my point? So that's it. Every society does not care. They just want to project their perspectives to you. They just want to project their advice to you. And then some of these perspectives that the society projects to you, you can just go somewhere, or you can just appear somewhere looking all good and looking all thick and taking care of yourself. And then someone somewhere is sipping juice or martini somewhere, and then raising her eyebrows at you, or raising his eyebrows at you. I'm like, look at she's so lazy, she's so slothful. I mean, if she's not lazy or slothful, why is she not keeping fit? Why is she this big? Or I think she's a lazy person. I think she can't get much done simply because she's thick, or simply because he's thick. That is the reality of being thick. We know this thing. We know that we suffer from these things. Once or twice, people might have said it to your hearing, or they might have said it to someone that you love hearing, and then the person comes back and tell you, okay, this is what I heard outside, this is what they said about you outside, and the sadness comes in, the will to want to lose weight comes in, or for some of us, it's like it happens, so I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. You can take your 2 cent advice and shove it down your pocket. Yeah. or especially, or imagine you're out in public and then someone doesn't know your name, and then the first thing you hear that, hey Biggie, hey Biggie, hey whatever the big name, hey in Nigeria you'll be called hey Orobo. Orobo, can you hear me? Can you, okay, someone wants to describe you, someone doesn't know your name, and then you hear something like, please, I'm looking for one fair Orobo girl like that, she just passed by, or I'm looking for one fair Orobo guy like that, he just passed. Like, really, auntie, uncle, really, oh Jesus Christ. And then now another reality about being sick is that it comes with a lot of physical body changes. You could have big boobs. Well, some people don't have big boobs, but they're thick. I'm one of those people. You could have big boobs. There will be stretch marks. There will be cellulites. There will be some people can have several stomach layers of stomach, or some people can just have really bulgy stomach. You'll have back folds. You just be all big and round like a big donut. Now, these are physical body changes, and we're not going to lie about it. It happens. For you to be thick, then you're suddenly having all these cleavages and all these curves, especially if you're not comfortable, or if you're the shy type, you're always going to be like in a big dress or in a big polo to cover those up. Those are the realities of being thick. Those are the realities of being a big person in this modern world. Aside from mottled skin, apart from fupa, apart from stomachs that we go through, another reality is that we tend not to see sizes of our dresses. Sizes of our dresses are usually in high demand, so by the time a particular vendor is selling, before you know it, it's sold out. Sold out how? But you just posted this 5 minutes ago, you just posted this 10 minutes ago. How the heck is it sold out? That is the sad reality. Or if you manage to find someone that is not sold out, it is ridiculously expensive. That's the truth. I've seen vendors who charge extra who charge a particular kind of dress. Okay, let me give you an example. If this is let's say a designer gown, or let's just put an example for a gown, you could have size 8 or size 7 or size 6, whatever. From size 6 to size 12, a particular price, and then from size 12 or size from 14 down, the bigger it is, there's an additional 2,000 naira, there's an additional 3,000 naira, sometimes there's an additional 4,000 naira on it. Why? Because it's big. They'll tell you, because you have to custom make it, or you have to. Now that's the sad reality. Or most of the time, you have to wear a custom made dress for something that, especially for something that you need, or something for a job or something. You know these things. You know that dresses are hard to find, shoe sizes are hard to find, because most of the time, if you're a big person, your feet too might be big or not. That is not really, it's not a determining factor. It doesn't always happen. I've seen big people with really cute tiny feet, and I've seen big people with big size of feet. Now, our size of dresses are hard to come by, and if they come by, they're ridiculously expensive. So yeah, this is one of the sad reality. And then another reality about this is that there will be health risk. That's the truth. There will be health risk for your body size. You feel like you're more prone to different kinds of health risks, especially if it's not a normal factor that contributed to your weight gain. If it's genetics that contributed to your weight gain, you're more exposed to health risks. If it's bad eating habits, you're more exposed to some organ failures or some kind of enzyme failures or something, simply because why? Because you're thick. And then maybe if you were thick, you were not being thick the right way, you were not going about it the right way. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you do understand. Before I move on, I should quickly say something. Please try as much as possible not to confuse being thick with being fat or being obese. There's usually a formula to calculate this thing, your height against your weight. There's a certain there's a certain level of weight you have to have, or a certain amount of weight you have to weigh for your particular height. So I feel like there's a formula to calculate this. I think I'll drop it down in the description box so you see, and then you can get your weight checked, you can get your height checked, and then you check out these things to know if you're actually on the right part, if you should start working to lose that. Because if you're fat or if you're getting to the obese side, you're not going to use the body positivity, you're not going to use the I am thick, I'm a sick person, I'm a big person. There's nothing. You have to hit the gym, or you have to change your meal plan, or you have to change your eating habits. One of those three things has to happen, and we know it. One of those three things has to happen. So please, I proceed, know that there's a difference between being thick and then being overweight. Yeah, that's the word. There's a difference between being thick and being overweight. Make sure you know what table you're on, so you know the right part to follow. But now I feel like being sick now is not as difficult as it was back in the centuries, back in the days, because of recent clothing brands, fashion brands, entertainment brands are slowly beginning to realize that not everybody will have the same body size. Just because I'm thick doesn't mean I cannot do what a slim person is doing, and even better. Or just because I'm thick does not mean I can't be flexible. If you're a dancer, just because I'm thick does not mean I can't talk. Or maybe if you're a journalist or something, or just because I'm thick does not mean I'm not a medical doctor, or I don't know what I'm doing with my life, or I don't know, or just because I'm thick does not mean that I'm not going to find life. Because honestly, deep down us, we know that these are the kind of scrutiny that we go through in people's eyes when you're out in public. People like, look at her, she's so thick, I admire her confidence. Or shouldn't she lose weight, shouldn't she lose some weight? But she was not this thick, or I don't know what happened. Yeah, life happened, man. I was stressed or something, or my genetic disorder kicked in or something. I had this health condition that I had to deal with. Please grow up and stop projecting your insecurities to me. Because sometimes I feel like this judgment comes from a place of insecurity for other people who judge us. I feel like people be like, yeah, she's thick, but for me, I can never do that. I can never let go. I cannot let myself go that way. When I feel like I'm adding too much weight, I will be able to check it. That's a lie. I feel like people are insecure because deep down themselves, they know that it will just take one medical trip for you to discover that, okay, you have the tendencies of being a thick person, you have a tendency of even being an overweight person, or just one meal disorder or something can just trigger the thick part of your life. So I feel like people are scared because so it happened to you, that means it can happen to me, but they won't voice it out that way. Some people are unnecessarily mean. Some people just give out 2 cents of advice when it's not even needed. That is really the reality of being thick. Really, it is the reality of being thick. So thing is, if you're a thick person now and you know that you're not overweight, and you know that you're not obese, please don't let other people's insecurity get to you. Don't let those insecurity creep down your chest. I'm like, I need to lose weight, I need to slim down, I need to, okay, this product that this person was talking about, let me visit it. Now, the thing about some of this product that people are using to want to slim down is that some of these products are not healthy. I was on Twitter, I think 2-3 days back ago, before the ban, where a medical doctor said a lady was rushed into the hospital. Why? Because she lost a lot of water. And why did she lose a lot of water from her body? Slimming tea. She was having diarrhea, and there was no way for her to replace that water in. She felt it was a good way to lose weight. She was having diarrhea and losing water, and she almost went into shock. Now, that would have been a different story. So I feel like, okay, fine, if you feel like, okay, you want to be a slim person, you don't want to be a thick person, what you should do is you should go about it the right way. Don't let people, okay, I know this, I know that, I know this. You haven't studied your body well, you haven't known the underlying cause of you being thick, and then you just jump into slimming teas, or you jump into crazy meal plans that will cause you more harm than good. Yeah, like it or not, there are meal plans that shouldn't be followed. Before getting a meal plan, these days you're being asked, what's your body type? When was the last time you did a blood test? How is your hormone level? Are you suffering from hormonal imbalance? What really is making you tick? There are a lot of underlying factors to this thickness of a thing, so you cannot just go the conventional way. Everybody's using slimming tea and you want to use the slimming tea. That is the mistake. Why? Because our society is making us feel less of ourselves, and then we're incurring health problems for ourselves at the end of the day, when we should just sit back and chillax and drink a glass of orange juice and tell yourself that you cannot kill yourself. Did I make sense? Did I? Hopefully. I hope that I did. So finally, I'm going to say that people will always be people. The society will always project their insecurities. The society will always judge. No matter how accepting the society becomes, there will always be the no's to us. There will always be the eyebrow raises that will cause us those depressing moments, cause us those sad moments, those mean people who give unsolicited advices. There will always be those people. So learn to grow a thick skin, learn to know, just know what really is the cause of your thickness. If it's a personal choice, I believe that you would have an answer to give anyone that forgot his home training or her home training at home. But if you don't know the case, this is where some of those comments get into you, and you sit and you're questioning yourself and you're asking yourself, why? I'm not eating too much, so why am I adding weight? Why is this happening? You should go to the hospital. A lot of things can be solved with just knowledge. A lot of things can be cured, or can be prevented, or can be worked on with simple tests, with simple knowledge, with simple conversations. So please learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Learn to know that not everybody will have the same body size. We did not come into this world to all be size 8 or size 7 or size 12. No, there will be size 20, there will be size 25, there will be size 18, there will be size 16. Just own your size and be healthy in it. Own your body size and be healthy in it. Period. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that this video educated you in more ways than one. I actually enjoyed making this video, and I hope that you enjoy watching it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know what your own reality as being a thick person was. Don't forget to share your experience in the comment section. I'll be there to read everything. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.